What's up, y'all? JDB Sports back again for the Week 4 NFL predictions and to go over Week 3. Peyton, if you want to get on some news, and hopefully people in the TikTok comments don't get on us too much, but let's go ahead and, get to it.
Yeah, sorry for going against the Lions, everyone. I guess Lions pride stepped out once I made that after all went down with the Ravens. I honestly still think the Ravens are the better team. I'll stand on that, but the Lions were definitely the better team last night. But moving on to some news here.
Hey, don't you?
Jackson Dart getting the start versus the Chargers. I think Chargers have their way. We'll get into more of that later. But for now, Russell Wilson not starting for the Giants anymore. Any thoughts, guys?
You saw the fans in the last game. They were literally freaking booing every time Russell came on and Jackson Dart came out, and they were cheering. They really wanted him out. So I guess they're finally just going with the hot hand. I guess the GM and the owner are finally having their way with what Dable wants to do. I think they're forcing his hand here.
Yeah. And honestly, I think the only chance that Dable saves his job at this point is if he shows he can somewhat develop Dart in this period of time from week 4 on. I think that's the biggest prerogative that the Giants have at this very moment. So
I'd agree on it. We also got James Conner out for the year with an ankle injury. Didn't really see this one coming, and it kind of sucks, to be honest. For that Arizona running back room, I guess he was their starter. So what do they do from here as far as that goes?
They roll with Trey Benson. Trey Benson's at least been solid in relief for James Conner when the opportunity is given. He was taking over more of that work this year, and I think he keeps up about 70 to 75% of the work with Conner out. You rely on that offensive line and that Drew Petzing system in Arizona and hope the run game can continue to be good.
All right, we'll talk about another person that just can't seem to catch great breaks. First, he loses an eye, and now he's tearing his Achilles, out for the year for the Chargers. Somewhat blow to the Chargers, as you know, Omarion Hampton and him was kind of their 1-2 punch. And how does this really affect the Chargers, and what blows does it give them without having Najee out there?
Yeah, Najee started off the game really good against Denver. And honestly, losing him, it's a pretty big blow considering that our backup running back situation isn't that good. You don't really have too much of a compliment to Omarion Hampton, but honestly just want to see more out of Hampton, and he provided that in week 3 at least. Hopefully he can take and pick up the slack going forward.
Yeah, and then you also have Titans head coach Brian Callahan giving up play calling duties to quarterbacks coach Bo Hardigree. Honestly, something needs to change here. Cam Ward's been looking well. He's shown glimpses, but it just doesn't seem like the calling's on the same page. They're not putting him in a place to win. So the head coach giving up the play calling duties, in my opinion, is a good move right there. And we'll see what happens and see if the Titans can light it up this weekend.
Yeah, they need some offensive change, and you know, the running game has been okay, but that's about it. They're the worst at passing yards per game, and I'm not necessarily putting that on Cam Ward, but again, with the offensive system in place, you think you'd have a little bit more success. So more offensive coordinator changes, though. However, Zach Robinson actually stepping down onto the field for the Falcons this week. Notice the offense putting up 0 against the Panthers. Shout out Brandon's team.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And now they need some type of switch up, maybe a little bit more juice, a little more in-game adjustments for the Falcons as far as what they can do. Try to get Drake London involved quicker, in my opinion, and don't rely so much on the run game. Even though it is really good, you need to know when to use it.
Yeah, get down on the field. Stop stamping the box. Get down with your players and feel some of that emotion. Come on.
Feel what type of emotion? Get down and dirty with your players, huh, Alex?
Yeah, get knocked over like DQ did on Sunday. So,
hey,
dude, bounce back up. Well, they say bounce back up like toast, man. That man bounced right back. After getting shot in the head by Marcus Mariota. Let's go.
Goodness.
got some more injuries, and you got Mike Evans out multiple weeks with hamstring strain, CD Lamb out 3 to 5 weeks with a high ankle sprain, Terry McLaurin in doubt for week 4 with a quad injury. Not really concerned with that, only for the fact that we're going against the Falcons. If the Panthers can throw 30 on them, then we got to be able to do something. At least keep the game close. And Tyrone Tracy out 2 to 4 weeks with dislocated shoulder. Just a lot of injuries for this week going forward, and this early in the season, to say the least, especially with all the quarterbacks and stuff. Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, and Aiden Daniels, name a few. So,
Yeah, a lot of quarterback injuries, a lot of defensive injuries. It's football, man, and get into 2 more here on the defensive side, and then we'll jump back into the remainder of our news here. Again, Nick Bosa out for the year with a torn ACL. They thought it looked good at first, however, ends up in a torn ACL. And then Quincy Williams going on IR with a shoulder injury. Looks to be a little more than a dislocation, and he'll be out at least 4 weeks there.
now you want to something that really catches my eye: CJ Gardner-Johnson being released by the Texans. I'm surprised. I mean, I know it's a friction role or friction doing as far as he wanted to blitz more, and he's just not getting what he wants as far as in being a Texan. One of the more touted free agents going into the offseason, not really free, but one of the touted Eagles players. I'm really surprised to see where he ends up, and maybe Washington can grab him to replace Will Harris or upgrade its other safety spot. So you can see what CJ Gardner-Johnson could possibly do, maybe come back in the division and wreak hell for the Eagles.
Heck yeah. And you want to talk about your Commanders coming back to DC?
Yeah, I got the final approval. There was a lot of issues going forward with that, saying that they were putting last-minute addendums that weren't really workable, and just glad they finally got a deal done, especially with what's going on in the presidential office and what's going on in the world today. Just happy that they got a stadium done with everything that's going on, and just love to see it. Love them going back to RFK and bringing back the glory years. It seems like Landover, Maryland kind of has a curse as of late. We've been losing there a lot. Obviously, Dan Snyder's tutelage was most of that ownership, most of that stay there at FedEx Field, but FedEx Field doesn't feel like home. And being a Commanders fan that actually went to some of the games there, it just doesn't feel right. Like Washington D.C. would be a good return for us.
Heck yeah, and I think it will be. So shout out to the Commanders there. Wrapping up our news here, we got the Falcons cutting Younghoe Koo, signing with the Giants practice squad actually for Graham Gano with that groin injury, and then the tush push being called tight moving forward by these officials. I don't think they can officiate the tush push, and in all honesty, I think they should eliminate it just because if you can't officiate it effectively at this point, then I don't think it should be in the game. I get that the Eagles have gotten so good at it, they've perfected it. However, I think it's a blatant disadvantage due to the officiating at this point.
Yeah, I honestly agree with you on that one, and the fact that there's no really defensive way to stop it. I mean, yeah, the Bucks have shown that they can. And speaking of which, Desmond Watson's back on the practice squad, if anybody cares. Just don't know if he's going to actually get into some shape to actually make an impact this year. Maybe wait till next year to see what he can do. But with the Buccaneers being able to stop it as effectively as they've been, looking for that to be the case this weekend against Philadelphia. And it just seems like we got to take a recipe out of what they're doing and figure out how they're stopping it, how Jalen Hurts is basically giving it away that they're about to do a tush push. And I know most of the fact that he runs to the left during a tush push. You got some waiver wires in the comments on my dude.
Guillotine. Is that risk? I'm not quite familiar, Mewborn, with that format. I'm sorry. I wish I could help a little more.
There you go. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Nah, it's just crazy. Just hope they start officiating the tush push a little tighter, or like you said, just get rid of it. I know they said that they're not really up and up on voting on it this year at the end of the offseason, so we'll see. I'd say what we got for news other than Desmond Watson signing back to the practice squad. I mean, I know you talked about Younghoe Koo while I was away for a second, and I'm just pissed that the Commanders didn't get him to replace Matt Gay. I know he's been kind of struggling as of late, but he's literally had a 7-year career in Atlanta, and he's been doing just fine. Came out clutch in most moments. I just feel like it's just a bad, it's a bad step for him, and I feel like he can go back to being, the Younghoe Koo of old.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Moving on to the games on the slate this past weekend, jumping into the Thursday night game. Dolphins at Bills, 21-31. Bills taking the dubski. Tua melting down late, and the Bills handle business once more. Alex, what you got for us on that second?
He threw it right to the other team, right? That meltdown late. But quote the famous words, you gotta win the game, you can't lose the game, or you win the game by not losing the game. And they lost the game.
So. Yeah. Very insightful to say the least.
Yeah, that man's a mess.
Brandon, you got any thoughts on Tua and the boys?
Just of course that they're going to lose against the Bills, in my opinion.
Lucas says London for Myers, Jacoby Myers, I believe.
I'd keep London.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, Jacoby Myers was kind of phased out last week.
Yeah.
We don't need to really talk about the past. Let's go about the future in fantasy. So let's go.
Yeah. Bengals, Vikings, SmackDown. Not much to talk about in this one. I'll just say Vikings defense is legit.
Carson Wentz is the MVP of the season.
Right.
He came in and effectively managed the game. Can't really hate what he did, and the Bengals kind of melt down, in my opinion, like I knew they would have. Jake Browning's just awful. I know you sided with him last week, but come on, Peyton. Bad take there, my dude. Jake Browning sucks.
Yeah, he sucks. Yeah.
Huge cheeks.
I can't make up for that one. All I'll say is just don't bet on Jake Browning in any meaningful football games anytime soon.
All right, you got anything to say about the Vikings beatdown, Brandon, or are you all good to go on that one?
All good to go on that one.
All right, we got a fantasy. We got to get rid of Marvin. What do you think about his value right now? Marvin Harrison, I believe.
It's hard to move Marvin just because you're probably not going to get a lot of value back. If you can move Marvin just off name value, I would try to get something better.
Yeah, try to get one of those little kids that don't really know fantasy too well, like me, and just see a big name and think, oh, he's got to be good, right?
Right. I would roll with B, by the way, Daniel.
Yeah, I can see it because
appreciate the likes.
Yeah, appreciate the likes. Yeah, Johnston could definitely have a hot and cold type of game, but so far he's been hot, and like Jalen. Oh, geez, there you go. Keep popping up. There you go, Peyton. Go ahead.
Try to get both, but I'd prioritize Trey Benson or Judkins. I'd pick up Judkins over Benson, in all honesty. Buka for I'd go with the Allen side, B-Zims.
Caleb Williams is my quarterback. Oh, my quarterback is Tua right now. Oh man, poor guy.
I'd probably keep Bucky and Tootin, but I don't mind if you need a receiver going after DK Judkins. Send it, Daniel. That's a good deal. Jumping back. Yeah, appreciate it, Chitty. Steelers Patriots. You want to take over that one?
No, honestly, I don't want to talk about that one. You go ahead and talk about that one.
Okay, I'll talk about that one. No worries. And then I'd go Judkins and Mason pick two. So for this one, it was just a very gross game in my opinion. You saw the Patriots approach the Steelers side of the field multiple times. 3 fumbles, 4 turnovers on 4 straight drives, and they hung in this one. I think it says less about the Steelers, more about the Patriots and how they're young and not ready to take that next step as a playoff team, more so than the Steelers being a playoff contender. So it's just an ugly game.
Yeah, Vrabel, in my opinion, didn't really do good, I believe, in first year in Tennessee, in my opinion. I feel like he had to rein in his locker room just a bit. And as he gets going in year 2, year 3, expect more consistency and growth from the Patriots. Just nothing to really, worry about. It's just, rookie, I guess, 1 year, first year coach for a lot of first year players, and Don't worry about it. Patriots, you guys are fine.
Yeah. Colts, Titans, one of the teams you like up next on the radar.
Okay.
Colts 41, Titans 20. Daniel Jones is that guy, has been that guy this year, and will continue to be that guy, hopefully.
Dude's Peyton Manning circa 2013. Let's go.
In all honesty, man, just playing within the system, playing mistake-free football like Daniel Jones needs to, and picking up a really good offensive performance against a solid defense in the Titans. Just play better.
Yeah, well, they should lock. Yeah, they should lock the Titans team. Colts overall looked better. They looked better coached. Again, I think Cam Ward threw a pick in this game, with just little inconsistencies, but he has some glimpses as well. Just don't need Cam Ward to play hero ball. Need the guys around him to step up a lot better, and coaching and play calling needs to get a lot better for the Titans if they want to start winning some games.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And more AFC South football. Moving on to the next game, defensive slugfest, Texans at Jaguars. Really on this one, I just got the Texans are incapable on offense. Their offensive line is more of a problem than I even believe coming into the year. And
don't miss Laremy Tunsil.
Yeah. Laremy Tunsil, you shouldn't have traded him away. And if you wanted to trade him away,
at least get somebody valuable.
Yeah, you need a player to plug in for that offensive line day one, and they just didn't get that.
Because Cam Robinson didn't work, and then you had the rookie that's, I believe, still starting, correct? Just not looking very well. Not looking very sharp. Brandon,
yes.
haven't really been talking up much, but you get to take the lead on the Panthers' 30-0 victory over the Falcons.
Oh yeah, defense.
Let's go. Okay.
Defense showed up.
Like we thought they would in the preseason. Well, the preseason and the offseason, going over their draft and all that stuff and how they upgraded. Believe it's a very convincing division win. Michael Penix looked really god awful, showing a lot of his inconsistencies from last year. Didn't really take much step in growth. It may just be against a Panthers secondary that's giving them fits and they kind of knows their system well. But got to look at them and just say that, all around the Panthers played a solid game. Bryce Young didn't do too horrible, but the defense really led the way there. And then you got to look at the Falcons benching Penix for Kirk Cousins. So Kirko probably gets to start next week, hopefully. Be good for fantasy.
You think so?
I hope so.
I don't think so.
I
think the game got out of hand.
Oh. Hang on.
In the mix as far as the quarterback conversation goes. Kirk needs to show a little bit more, and I think Penix will get the start again. I think he'll struggle, but Falcons are meant to play from behind. They got behind and mightily struggled because of that.
Wait. We should take a moment of silence for the Falcons for the L.
No.
Psych. We spanked them.
Yeah, y'all spanked them.
Built a butt.
Nah, we're not giving them no mercy. It is what it is. It's week 3. Y'all got to do better.
Stay on 0.
Putting out 0 points is abysmal by a pro team in any regards. I don't care if you're going up against the freaking 17-0 Patriots. I don't care if you're going against the freaking Broncos with that exquisite defense. You got to put some points on the board. It just shows how inefficient and inept they've been. And honestly, fantasy owners who had Bijan Robinson, Drake London, or even Kyle Pitts, because for some reason one of our streamers liked to bet on Kyle Pitts for some reason and just did not cash out too well.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any names, but
all right, throwing shit out here. I see it. Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it respectfully because I asked you exactly why. I was like, why Kyle Pitts? And I don't know.
That's their number 1. Well, number 2 after London. If they even give it to London.
I'd rather take Bijan Robinson catching 100 balls over Kyle Pitts producing anything in fantasy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mic drop.
But let's go ahead and get this Rams-Eagles, one of the weirdest games of the week. Blocked field goal late into a touchdown. Saw a few of those this week. I think it was 9 defensive and special teams touchdowns this week. Very good, convincing win for the Eagles. They were down big at home and just came back. The Rams let off the gas like they've been known to do with big leads, and just Rams, you guys got to do better. You guys got to. You can't count a team out until the clock hits zero. The Chicago Bears learned that really well last season, so don't let you guys be the reason why you guys falter because you don't want to actually take a look at. You guys don't want to keep your foot on the gas when you should. So
Yeah. And their kickers got to make kicks, man. I mean, 2 missed field goals, one that's blocked late for a touchdown, and the other one that would have had them up after that Eagles touchdown. I mean, 26-7 lead in the third quarter. You have that game in your hands, and you let it slip away. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles play calling was a lot better the second half. Is that what we can come to expect? I don't know. So very, very fun game. But the Rams really just gave that one away.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that one for sure. Got anything to say about that, or are we all good to go to head on to Jets Bucks? Because that's another weird game.
Jets Bucks.
Yeah, you saw Aaron Glenn on the sideline hopping up and down when they blocked that kick and ran it back for a score. Love to see it, but then you guys let Baker Mayfield do what Baker Mayfield does best. Honestly, Baker Mayfield fizzled out when he was with Carolina, Cleveland. He just hated football. Got a chance to play on the Rams, came back, played some solid football with the Rams for the game or two. Then ended up going to Tampa Bay and really just keeping it steady. Basically, Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield have been keeping it locked down for Tampa Bay and keeping them competitive since Arians and Tom Brady. So, can't really hate that.
Because he stopped doing those stupid commercials.
The commercials, eh?
Yeah, when he was on.
I like it.
The
I like it,
Browns
Brian.
There you go, Brian. He likes it. He likes it.
Goodness.
All right, Raiders and Commanders. Unless anybody's got anything to say about the Jets Bucks, I mean, Peyton, I kind of took the lead on that one. If you want to go ahead back and put your take on it, I don't want to step over you.
Heck yeah, Brian. Good stuff. And no worries. I think the Buccaneers, winning your third game off a game-winning drive, it's down to regress a little bit. So expect that sometime soon with the Buccaneers. And the injuries are starting to stack up. Now Mike Evans out, Luke Gedeke, and Tristan Wirfs already out on the offensive line. Cody Mauch as well, right guard. So definitely dealing with a lot of injuries, but the Bucs keep winning, and yeah,
Sounds
good for them.
It sounds like last year's Lions, to be honest with you, with all the injuries and all that, and they keep coming back. Just that offensive coordinator, man. Who's that? Who's
Gosh.
That offensive coordinator is really getting a good game plan going with the quick passes and the nice runs. And Tampa Bay is no slouch on the line of scrimmage either. It's not like they're getting bullied. They're doing well for having a bunch of backups and can't really hate on it. Tampa Bay, you got my card for a while unless you're playing against us. But go out and beat the Eagles, please, next week.
Yeah.
Will ya?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Talk about your team real quickly in their SmackDown. 41-24, Commanders Raiders.
This is reminiscing me to last year against Carolina. 85 got hurt, and Mariota came in and put on a clinic. Either way, Mariota didn't come on and put on a clinic this game. He was effective at throwing the football. Honestly, not really much to say about him. The defense really carried that game, just stopping Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty in their place. Geno Smith really had nowhere to go with the ball. Constantly getting rush in his face, like I predicted. I told you. Even though the Commanders secondary is not as tight as the Chargers, it was still one of those games to where the Raiders couldn't get anything going, and I feel like Chip Kelly's a fraud, and I'm gonna keep saying that. Chip Kelly's a fraud. Geno Smith is not looking comfortable out there. Pete Carroll's got to do something.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Chip Kelly is not good, and I didn't really like the signing when they got him. Kind of just proves why. Once you take the playmakers out of the game, what do you have behind that bad, I guess, bad infrastructure, really? You look deeper down at the base of this offense, and once you lock up Myers, Bowers, Genty, it becomes a Trey Tucker game.
Yeah,
but you don't mind funneling it to Trey Tucker at the end of the day if you're taking away all the other guys. So I think is a really impressive win on the Commanders' part, given all the injuries they had, especially at quarterback, and they escape another one and get to 2-1. Good on them.
Yeah, let's go. Going into Atlanta week with 2-1. I believe we're going to be 3-1 at the end of the week, but well, that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that. Not seeing the TikTok birds that wanted to talk all that smack in the comments and are short. Told them to be here. I said, come here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I said, get over here. I put in the story. I'm like, you guys want to talk about it? Come on over. I invited them to come in and say something. So, yeah, let's get on the Packers Browns. Let me explain something before Packers Browns. Tell the stream. I already told you guys pre-stream. I had a 14-leg parlay, right, for 80 cents. I gotta see who. Let me exactly pull it up. But I had a 14-leg parlay, and the only game that I predicted wrong, because it was all money lines. The only game I predicted wrong was Packers and the Browns. The Packers sold 14-leg parlay that would have won me $2,000. Crazy. Let me pull it up just so I could say it's not crazy. But otherwise, you want to talk about Packers Browns just a little bit.
I'll talk about Packers Browns. Really became more of a game in the fourth quarter. Quinshon Judkins got stuffed on a 4th and goal attempt earlier, so the Browns even had a quicker chance to put this one on ice, in my opinion, but went down, kicked the last field goal.
The Giants.
Jordan Love, ugly play late from Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs wrapped up all game. This Browns defense is definitely legit. I honestly was
in Cleveland.
I was underestimating Cleveland a little bit from last year and how the defense plays, but they definitely bounced back. Honestly, should be 2-1 right now.
Yeah.
Outside of that Bengals game, so honestly, good for the Browns. They stop a serious contender in my mind, and the Packers had a ugly game.
I personally believe it was a hoax for the Browns. The Browns are not going to win like that again. The Packers just overlooked them, in my opinion, and Jordan Love, like you said, I believe you said it last week. You predicted him to be kind of inconsistent, and he really was just not looking like himself. Just the fact that Cleveland's defense really took advantage of that, and yeah, the Packers really had no answer. 10-13 loss for the Packers, kind of them and the Giants. Okay, because I went on an upset tour and I said the Chiefs were going to lose to the Giants, and I was wrong. I'll say it like that. I'm wrong, but I got 12 out of 14 legs correct, and it was a really good week as far as that goes. So I don't know if I might do another 14 leg again, but we'll see. I'm more confident this week than I was about last week's games, though. So
okay, get that money down. Okay.
Any way to get rich quick? I guess 80 cents give me $2,000. I'm good to go. I'm sitting on that, and that's channel money right there. So so let's go ahead and get to this Broncos-Chargers game. Hayden, you break it down, man. Being the Chargers fan, I was watching that game closely for the TikTok bet, which Mr. Spencer here hit on 3-0, and got my money out of it. So I took the bet on his gamble, and it paid off. So let's go. Explain.
Yeah. So Chargers 23-20. Signature Justin Herbert game, gets the dub, 3 straight divisional wins for the Chargers, moves them to 3-0 and the number 1 seed in the AFC. Honestly, really tough, gutted out performance, both sides of the ball. You look at Trey Pipkins going down with injury, Mekhi Becton going down with injury, whole right side of the offensive line is now backups, and Justin Herbert got pressured on 58% of his dropbacks, highest percent in his whole career, continues to do what he does best, leads game-winning drive after leading a drive to put the Chargers within and actually tied up the game on the 20-20 left rolling out throw, puts it back in the end zone to Keenan Allen. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, Clay's some more.
Yeah,
but he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, Chargers continue to roll on, and I couldn't be happier on the backs of their defense and offense.
Oh yeah, I agree too. And I was really freaking gritting my teeth to get that 3 points ahead so we can get that money, get that spread. So Cameron Dicker cashed in, Justin Herbert and the Chargers cashed in. What was the other one? It was under. It was unders. I think it was under 41 and a half for the Cleveland Packer game. I think it was under something for which one was it again?
It's like 44 and a half for Texans Jags. I think
that,
it was.
Yeah, that game really didn't. That game didn't sniff it like that. So, yeah, great, comfortable, easy parlay. We'll make more. So, I'm definitely gonna hit on a couple more of those. I like taking other people's advice sometimes, except for when it comes to
Kyle Pitts.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you put it out there. I'm not gonna listen about Kyle Pitts, honestly. If it wasn't a 30-0 week for the Falcons, I would have took Bijan for a touchdown. I like Bijan's odds for touchdowns, and didn't really think AJ Brown was gonna get one either this week, but glad he did. Really proved me right as far as that dude Amon, who came in our JDB Sports chat for Madden and asked about benching him or not. So I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah. Good stuff, Amon.
We have Saints at Seahawks. We already knew this game was going to be bad. Kellen Moore, what's going on? I mean, I know you really don't have much help. The rosters are kind of in shambles as far as both sides of the ball. Got nobody really look forward to. You got Spencer Rattler, Charles Shuck, and aging Alvin Kamara. Nothing really special in that offense that says ooh wee like the Kirk Cousins. But I don't know. Mike McDonald just had his way with that Saints offense, and Kellen Moore, they were just outcoached in almost every facet.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this game besides I'm really impressed by the Seahawks and how they've played the last couple weeks. They honestly look better and better the more games they keep playing. And again, I know it's wins over the Saints and Steelers, but they played a really close game week 1 to the Niners, and it only looks like their offense has grown more comfortable every week since, and getting Jackson Smith and Jigba really involved, and Kenneth Walker more involved as well.
Speaking about 49ers, I have one team that should not be 3-0 right now. The 49ers. They're frauds. Lukes. Dookie. They played a Cardinals team where they won 16-15 on a last-minute field goal. Crucial drops plagued the Cardinals for sure. But it was a defensive slugfest. Usually like how these Arizona and 49er games have been over the last like 2 or 3 years. It's been very close and low scoring. Honestly, I like defensive games, but games where you're only getting held to field goals, I'm not watching soccer. I'd like to see some touchdowns, but have some good defense on the back end. Like, oh, just say that coverage was beautiful, but you got beat on that play. Like, that's the type of game I like to watch. But at the same time, it was kind of a snooze fest in 49erville. I mean, except for on that game-winning field goal, and then them to get that the Cardinals to get that safety on what was that, Mac Jones? So
yep. Yeah. I kind of agree with you. It wasn't a fun game to watch, especially because it was sloppy. You had the James Conner injury stacked on top. It was a check down game. I mean, Christian McCaffrey had 15 targets? Insane.
He took a big hit.
Yeah. Yeah, in all honesty, I just think the Niners, you're sitting pretty because you've won 2 divisional matchups already, and then the one game against the Saints as well. But yeah, they are due for regression. I wouldn't consider them total frauds, but as far as a 3-0 team goes, yeah.
They don't deserve to be there. I mean, but at the same time, a lot of people are going to say a win's a win, and it is what it is. I mean, you can win a body bag game where you're coming out and it's only a 1-point victory, kind of like this. I'm not going to say this game was a body bag injury game by any means, but I'm just saying in general, like the team that wasn't supposed to win did win, and it's just one of those things that we have to eat now. I think I picked Cardinals. Yeah. So, oh well. Oh, for me.
Oh well. On to the next week. Get bigger and better.
We got Cowboys Bears, 31-14. Caleb Williams putting on a clinic against that Matt Eberflus defense. It was more or less a revenge game for the Bears against Matt Eberflus being such a horrible coach. Yeah, Dallas is in trouble if they can't figure out their defensive problems and get out of zone. And I mean, I know they're injured as well. Demarion Overshown's back, or he's not back, right? So
he's getting close to being back.
So he's getting close, and Deron Bland's in the lineup, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember exactly. So
He's out. Kyer
he's out.
Elam is now in. Trayvon Diggs has been questionable, but he's been in and just playing bad.
Yeah, so they're down to backups in the most case as far as their outside corners go. A lot of confusion. I wonder if that Eberflus scheme is it more vanilla where it's getting beat and exposed, or is it too complex for people to handle? That's the question. Year one, you're going to see growing pains in the Dallas defense, especially coming over to a whole new coordinator and a whole new head coach in general. So again, I don't expect the Cowboys to do anything. Dak and the offense is going to have to grit it out, and hopefully they can get a W every here and there and make the Cowboys somewhat relevant. But it's not going to be this year.
Yeah.
I got.
I would trade Jamar in that case, Jack. I mean, I get it's like one matchup against Denver. You're not going to start him, but he should be someone you're starting every week regardless. Jamar should be. So, in all honesty, if you could flip him and trade him, I would. But yeah, I feel that way. Eberflus really hasn't looked the same since his Colts days, in my opinion. Like ever since he's moved from the defensive coordinator of the Colts, it's been really sloppy on his behalf. His stint with the Bears and now the Cowboys. Caleb Williams looked pretty good operating within the system. Not the same overthrows, underthrows as he's been facing.
Yeah.
But
Average fan talking here. I didn't even know who Matt Eberflus was before the Bears. So, yeah, doing my research now, kind of getting my bearings going. So, yeah, more takes will be coming from this guy at the same time.
Heck yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it goes to show. I mean, dude, low research and a little time in anything, you'll be great. Keep practicing. But we thought that was going to be an upset alert, but Mahomes handled it and the Chiefs handled it. I know they got fired up on the sideline first half.
Oh, we got him back.
What happened?
That was my computer.
No, you froze on us.
Oh, that's me. I'm dropping. Frames.
He did the Irish jig and he's back.
We got hella upload speed. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just a little hiccup in the first stream, but it is what it is. I'll leave it at that because it's coming right back. It's not like we're dropping crazy. But like I was saying before, if we got cut off, Mahomes and company handled it. Travis Kelce was just one to not really. He was one to really get on Reed on the sideline, and Andy Reid liked that. He's like, yeah, we need guys, we need the fire like that. And they came back and put on an absolute clinic to close out the game, stop the Giants late in the game. There were some plays where they had Jackson Dart come in and run. I feel like the one time where he did want to pass, he didn't look right. He looked scared. He didn't look ready. And he ended up just, I think he ended up just either taking it and running it or doing a little quick pitch, but his mechanics it looked a little wonky.
He's definitely a little wonky, Dart is. I will say that.
So yeah, 22-9. Them and the Packers sold my parlay, but at the same time, I bet on the Giants for 3 straight weeks. Now I'm 0-3. So now, like I said, I'm gonna apologize for that one. I'm not taking the Giants. Giants can just the boot of my foot, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this game from last night, Peyton, because we have some TikTok comments coming on here talking about, oh, well, how was that 7-sack performance against the Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff stayed clean all game. What do you feel about it, man?
Yeah. Dan Campbell, give him all the credit in the world, man. You find new coaches, inherit 8 new coaches in general across the board, and you have your guys ready to play in every facet of the game. I think they played a better defensive game than what the score indicates the Lions did. Really hard to contain Lamar and these guys. And the Ravens scored 40 plus in both of their first 2 games. Derrick Henry fumble late, honestly, is the telltale story of this game. And it was week 1 as well. He needs to get that under control if the Ravens want to be really good contenders. And to the Lions fans coming in our comments, I love you guys because you guys have dealt with it forever. I mean, one of the worst franchises in NFL history, and you guys have the wherewithal to comment on our stuff. I appreciate it, and to better beginnings.
No, I appreciate the engagement from the Lions fans, of course. Again, I picked the Lions personally. I'm just gonna say that right now. I picked the Lions to upset the Ravens, and they did. So it seems like I went, I think, 2 for 3 on upset alerts. Um, so that's good. It's good to have a nice upset. It was a great game to watch, in my opinion. Uh, can't really give Dan Campbell enough credit there. Him going forward as much as he has, 3 for 3 on the night. It's looking really sharp. Jared Goff has made that pass when he needed to. Didn't look too off. I know he's not a really good outdoor quarterback like that, but at the same time, he stepped up this week. And I think the Ravens were just sloppy. It was more or less a miscue on the Ravens and the defensive pressure put on from the Lions. So that's really what did them in. And when Derrick Henry fumbles 3 times, and you have do you have the Lions locking down their receivers like that? What can Lamar Jackson do other than scramble and potentially get sacked 7 times? So
yeah, 7 sacks. You're gonna lose almost every game that way.
Dude was out there taking more sack than a freaking dude in prison, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. He couldn't escape.
He couldn't escape it. Yeah, no. That's for sure. Anyways, we broke down those picks. Anybody got anything else going on with that game? Lions fans, I picked y'all to win, just so y'all know the take from Peyton. I'll stand by it and say that Peyton makes some really good takes. He's one of our most analytical guys we have on the channel, and yeah,
that is true, Beretta family.
This week was just a bad week. It is what it is, and we'll get back to it on our horse. But I will say, I think we were in 12-4 territory for picks for me. Well, 12-3 for me and Brandon, 11-4, 11-5 for you. So, not too bad. Either way, it's not like I'm going 7-9 like I did last week. So, in Baker we trust.
Baker's a dog, and it's a little different of a statistical story. Like when Tua led the league in passing yards, I think it's a different story than that. Baker's the real deal.
There you go. Appreciate the comments, Burrito. And by the way, we'll have more takes out there, and I appreciate y'all coming over. Hey, there you go. There's the follow. Thanks for the follow, Jasmine. Yep.
But yeah,
appreciate the stream. Appreciate you streaming really well.
Without further ado, we jump into these games this week and get some thoughts.
Let's go. All right, so we got Seahawks 1.5 point favorites. Burrito, thanks for the follow. Bucks beat the Eagles. Okay, we're gonna get to that in a little bit. Okay. Good prediction. Seahawks 1.5 point favorites on the road at Cardinals. I got 21-17 Seahawks. I just feel like the Seahawks keep rolling. It's gonna be a closer game, in my opinion, being divisional, and just feel like Mike McDonald and Sam Darnold come out on top, man.
Yeah, I'd say I'd agree with you wholeheartedly. 4-point game. Seahawks 20-16, tough divisional matchup. Godwin and Wirf should be coming back this week, if not next week. Hopefully they can ramp up quick. I think Wirfs will do better than Godwin right away, though.
There you go. Love to see it. All right. Brandon, what did you say about the Seahawks
Cardinals? 21-14 Cardinals.
Oh, so you're going with the upset this week. All right, I respect that. Just like me.
Home team coming off a loss. I kind of like it.
Yeah, they're pissed. They want to get back into it. I like that too. But I'm not going for it. I'm gonna stay safe this week on that one. Peyton, care to share?
Yeah, I'll go with Vikings Steelers up next. Again, what I see from this game is trust the Vikings overseas. They've played a lot of these games, Kevin O'Connell in specific, but I think the defense is going to give Aaron Rodgers fits. The offense is going to play better, and their running game has looked solid based on what I saw last week. Steelers still continue to struggle with the run. I'll go 23-20 Vikings.
Great. I appreciate the sharing the stream twice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody get in here because we're starting our picks now. We already picked Seahawks Cardinals. 2.5 point favorites for the Vikings at Steelers. It seems like a lot of the road teams are the favorites at this point, especially with the next one coming up. I'm going 20-17 Vikings. I just feel like the Vikings kind of hash it out here. Carson Wentz. JJ McCarthy's out for how long again?
Should be out until week 7 is what it's looking like.
I feel like Carson Wentz can manage another game pretty well. Steelers defense is kind of iffy, so we'll see if they can get their bearings going against the Vikings, but we'll see. You all better have the Bucks. All right, we'll talk about it. Just hang tight. All right, Peyton. Brandon, actually, what you got on the Vikings Steelers, man?
I've been riding with the Steelers defense, overrating the defense. They showed up last week. I'm going with the Steelers, 27-21.
Another upset. Okay, you're the upset king
Yeah.
this week. All right.
Okay. Get into it.
I start picking with you because you've been doing good the last 2 weeks and not cheating. So
Yeah.
you got a crystal ball with the NFL. Like, this is what's gonna happen.
It's Fushigi ball.
All right, so we got Chargers 6.5 point favorites on the road at the Giants. I got 21-14 Chargers. I just feel like the Chargers don't get anything going with Dart. Dart looked kind of wonky last week, like I said before, and just feel like in his limited action, he just hasn't really gotten too much going. I mean, that read option is going to be nasty with Cam Scatteroo, though. Goku,
Yeah.
appreciate the follow. But
Brandon,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, man. Appreciate the likes too, man.
Wait, which
Yeah,
game?
appreciate it.
Chargers?
Chargers,
Chargers,
yeah.
Giants.
Chargers, I got 31-14 because the Giants are starting the rookie, so
Yeah, it's what
Heck
everybody
yeah.
wants. It's what everybody wants, though, at home. So
Yeah.
nobody
I
wants to
got
give the
an
Giants credit.
No, and I actually changed up my prediction thinking more about it. I got 34-6 Chargers. I think they smack Jackson Dart around.
All right, Mr. Bias fan now is coming out. All right, but I agree with that. Chargers defense is very stingy, even without Khalil Mack out there. Like what they do against the run, like what they do against the pass with Tariq Still and Derwin James, and love how Derwin James locks up those freaking tight ends and running backs, man. Just all around good play from him. And I've been really watching him since college. So,
Yo.
you think 30-22? That's fair, actually. I mean,
That
you still
is.
think Chargers winning? 30-22 is still not bad at all.
I'll take it. I just
yeah.
don't know if the Giants score that much.
Then again, they could, and it could be a lot of garbage time too, depending on how fast the Chargers jump out to a lead. Just hope they don't give anything up. Appreciate the likes on the live and continuing
Yeah.
Goku.
Appreciate it, Goku.
But we have Titans at Texans, 6.5 point favorites for the Texans at home. Yeah, they lost CD Connor, traded Allen Kincaid for Judkins, McBride, Tyler.
Okay,
Pearsall.
Goku. You made do with it. You know, CD will be back at one point. It should be out 3 to 4 weeks. And then, yeah, Dart, if he does use his legs and everything, gets that zone read going with Scattaboo, should be solid floor for the Giants. I don't
All right.
mind it.
Let's get on this next game we got going on. We got Titans at Texans. Oh, I said it already. Titans at Texans, 6.5 point favorites for the Texans. At home, I go 20-17 Titans in an upset. Play Titans
Okay,
finally get that
okay.
win. Yeah. Which defenses will be good this week for fantasy?
I got you. No worries. Brandon, you want to go ahead with your pick while I'm answering this?
Take
I
your
got you.
time. I'll be right back. Okay.
No
Take your
worries.
time with that defensive pick. Just 1 second.
Appreciate it, Goku.
I got 21-10 Texans.
21-10 Texans. Just think Texans D shuts them down.
Yep.
And Lauren, I'm going to get to your question in just a little bit. I'll go 19-13 Texans. I think it's a defensive fest as well. Go Steelers. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't mind the Steelers. I think Lions defense is really good this week against Cleveland. I think that the Texans defense this week against the Titans is good. I think the Broncos versus the Bengals, of course, is a really good defense. Let me see who else would be a really good defense this week. The Bills would be a good defense. The Patriots, the 49ers are a little bit more of a sneaker defense. And yeah, I think the Chargers as well. The Chargers would be a really good defensive team this week if you need a streamer. So no worries there. Goku trying to rizz up Lauren. Okay. Getting into Commanders Falcons here, a little bit of a different landscape than the last game. I appreciate it. A little bit different than last game, in all honesty. More offense to come in this one, maybe. Falcons possibly upsetting the Commanders, but I'll lean the Commanders 17-13. Brandon, do you have any differing opinions from me there?
Yeah, Commanders 30-0. It's Alex's turn to spank.
Jeez, you think it's just a mere match of last week for him?
I'm just trying to help out Alex here. Hopefully they spank them as bad as the Panthers did.
In all honesty, that'd be funny to watch. It's just,
but it's not.
Vegas is just weird, man. 1.5 point favorites the Commanders are. I would expect them to be way higher favorites, even on the road, even with Mariota.
No, yeah.
But I mean,
I wonder what Alex's prediction is.
He's probably loving his Commanders as well. Goodness me. But yeah, I mean, Goku. Besides that, I kind of want to go back to your trade real quickly. Traded Allen, Kincaid, Judkins, McBride, Kyler Pearsall. Do you have any other options at quarterback, maybe? Because right now, seeing your starters, in my mind, it would be Kyler, Mason, Judkins, McBride, Ladd, BTJ Pearsall.
I'm trying to get
smart. I like that. If you can get May, and the BTJ or pick up Dart. I mean, you could pick up Dart and just kind of see how he goes. I don't recommend doing anything with Dart this weekend, but he does have a really good, tough schedule. CD just, in all honesty, CD for Luka Benson. In all honesty, I like your two starting running backs enough to keep you going, Judkins and Mason, over the next couple weeks. I know Benson's good season long, but I think you've already given up enough already. Yeah, I would keep with CD there, in all honesty. See if you can go for May. BTJ, maybe look to flip him and Ladd for something. Just because I don't think their rest of the season outlook is too good, just based on Ladd's volume, BTJ situation, and
so you guys went Commanders Falcons already?
Yeah.
We were just waiting on your pick. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. We're back into it. Commanders 1.5 point favorites at Falcons. I got 30-14 Commanders. I see Brandon pick 30-0 Commanders. Seriously?
You're trying to spank them.
It's not going to be like that, though. I don't think so. I feel like we give up something. We're not pitching a shutout. Our defense isn't that good.
I like Rishi of those options, Goku, for sure. But yeah, I thought it again. This is upset watch for me. I feel like Vegas is weird. Again, I think Commanders should be bigger favorites coming into this game. Maybe like 3.5, 4.5 point favorites. The fact that they're only 1.5 point favorites screams to me that Vegas wants people to bet on the Commanders. It's just a little scary.
Is it confirmed that they're starting Penix, though?
They're starting Penix.
Okay,
Raheem Morris said he's not even entertaining a QB battle right now.
Yeah, it'd be the last thing that he needs right now, with the fact he could potentially lose a locker room over a situation like that. Might get y'all to 1K. Does that help y'all, man? Goku, that helps, man. Appreciates all the engagement and everything like that. If you want to go take a look at our shorts too, we post a bunch I'll post some more either tomorrow or Thursday, and then Peyton's got you guys back with the betting and any up-to-minute shorts. Look at us like your Bleacher Report or your NFL news before NFL news. So Falcons need that Mr. You like that. Yeah, Mr. Icy to come back. Mr. Kirk change. Yeah. Honestly, I like Kirk Cousins as far as like a fantasy standpoint for at least the players around him. Like he gets the players to produce more than Penix, in my opinion. Like Bijan would have a better game. London would have a better game. Pitts would probably actually catch a ball. So
yeah. Pitts has been fine this year outside of last game, but I get what you mean. Like for the people around him, he's definitely more of a stat stuffer than Penix is.
What's up, Green, on YT or Twitch? I'm not sure exactly what it is. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in and engaging. We're just going over some week 4 picks, man. If Kirk starts, Pitts' stock is going up. I kind of agree with that. I believe it.
Kirk and OC away.
OC away from playoff contention? Depends if he goes back to the Vikings or something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they entertain a trade with that.
I don't. Yeah, at this point, I'm not too big of a believer in the Falcons, even though I had them. You know, contending and winning the division. Them and the Bucks were pretty much tied at top of the division. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Kirk could be solid. You know, I don't think he could be bad.
Brain is looking for some help on FanDuel, he says. What you need, man?
Oh.
What you need help with?
Heck yeah, drop it in. While you're dropping that in, Saints Bills. You want to go over predictions for this one since it'll be pretty easy for us?
41-14 Bills.
Yeah. I got 38-20 to Bills. What you got, Brandon?
31-10 Bills.
I don't get how you pay Kirk, then draft Penix, then not start Kirk. Well, Kirk played like crap. That's why. To make money, LOL. He needs he needs good picks.
Yeah. I haven't done too much looking into this week, and as far as that goes, Goku, I don't get the Falcons process with that easier. 37-6 Bills. I like that pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't get the process either. You have a top 8 pick. Why don't you spend it on other positions of need, especially defense? And a stacked defensive draft.
They were probably looking to draft for the future, have somebody sit behind Kirk, but then Kirk started playing like crap, so they forced the hand to play Penix. So.
Yeah, but why? Before Kirk was even playing for him, they signed him to a huge extent. Or before Penix was playing for him, Kirk got a huge extension, wasn't even playing bad, and then went into the season.
Maybe it was just time at the moment, I guess, or whatever. All right, is plus 980 Saints money line good? Oh, I would not touch the Saints money line, dude. I would not touch the Saints money line against the Bills. They're 16.5-point favorites for the Bills. I'd rather go an under or over as far as that game goes. I wouldn't even touch Saints money line in my opinion. Saints are trash.
It's just offensive side of the ball, Goku. And I would go Warren Jensen.
Oh yeah, Jensen.
Appreciate you. But yeah, I think Warren Dobbins is a really good option too this week because of the matchup though against the Bengals. But whatever you do, don't start Pollard. All right. Eagles, Buccaneers. Let's get to Beretta's team here.
Let's go. We got Bucks, Eagles. Eagles 3.5-point favorites at Buccaneers. Ooh, I skipped this game. I didn't even pick it, but I'm going. I think the Buccaneers have their number yet again. He said over or under total points. I'm honestly gonna. What's the lines at right now for Saints Bills? Bucks by 10. Burrito said. Huh?
Bucks by 10.
And he said, I don't know. Yeah, what's the line for Saints Bills if you know?
I could look it up real quickly.
As he looks that up real quickly, I'm gonna go with my pick. I'm gonna go 23-20 Eagles. I'm not 23-20 Eagles. 23. I was looking at your pick, but 23-20 Bucks. I'm going Bucks here. I just feel like the Bucks still continue to have their number and stop the touch push, man. I'm gonna say it's a close game for the fact that the Eagles do stay in games. As you saw last week, they came back and beat the Rams. I don't think the Bucks are a team that are gonna get a big lead and then lay off the gas. And I feel like Baker Mayfield might have a good solid drive in him to get ahead. And it might be like 17-20 at the break, so it could be 24-20 Bucks. Like with Baker going on a touchdown drive again. It just depends on who has the ball last and who can really run the clock more. You think signs will point to Philadelphia there, but Tampa Bay could also do it as well with Bucky and that offense with a quick passing game and stuff. So
I like it.
Yeah, so
Brandon, what do you have? I think you're going to be
27-21 Eagles.
Oh, y'all picking Eagles.
Eagles, okay.
Yeah, they had before, exactly. I'm going with history repeat itself here, and then them just to have the Eagles number. And honestly, for me being a Commanders fan, the division, they need to be knocked down a pick so we can get the first place. So figure it out. Please, Buccaneers, have a good game plan instill and beat these damn Eagles. I cannot hear fly Eagles fly one more time. My kids are getting Eagles pushed on them at school. It's all around a nightmare. Like I said, it might be time for me to move to Virginia, but I don't want to move there either. I don't like it there. I want to move back out west if I have to move anywhere.
Yeah, Desmond is a big man with Vita Vea. You are definitely right there, Beretta.
Dude, those are powerful men. If I had to, I'm not going to go to my Joe Buck and Troy Aikman analysis here, but those men are. That's one of the sussest pair of announcers I have ever heard.
He grabbed the booty.
That was someone else.
Oh yeah,
Who was that? It wasn't Dave Fouts, was it?
So yeah, someone was talking about a big booty play this week, and I think as Iron Eagle, he's talking
was
about
on the-
Tayshaun Booty on the Patriots.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he grabbed the booty.
He grabbed. He's like, I can't help myself. He grabbed the booty.
Goodness. To be
All
the
right.
tiebreaker in this game, just because I didn't say my official score, Beretta, I'm sorry to disagree with your team. I like the Buccaneers a lot more, but I'm going to lean 24-20 the Eagles. I feel like the injuries are just a little much for the Buccaneers this weekend.
I think
In all honesty, if Mike Evans was healthy, if Tristan Wirfs, we know what he looked like, if we knew what Chris Godwin looked like, if we
Right.
knew what Luke Gedeke and Cody Mauch looked like off injury, I would roll with the Buccaneers in an upset, but I got to lean Eagles.
I'm going
Please
to come
do,
back.
please do,
Yeah,
Beretta.
please do. Yeah, we'll probably make shorts about it. But at the same time, Greenlight also said over 48.5, minus 185. Is that good?
For minus
Saint-
185.
Saints
for who?
Bills.
No, that's horrible odds because the line's at 47 and a hook.
So it's going to be. I feel like take the under in that one. Take the under in that game. I feel like the Saints don't score more than 6 to 10 points respectively. We'll see. And then it just depends on what the Bills decide to do. If they get up to 30 points and they decide to let off, and it is what it is. I don't see the Saints being competitive in this game. So I would take the under on that one if you take anything. And if you want, take Bills money line and the under. If you want to boost your odds, I mean, like boost your payout. I feel like that would be a safe pick as well.
Alex, your pick was the over, though.
Huh?
Your pick for that game was the over. You picked 41-14 Bills.
Oh yeah, my bad. Well, I'm just saying. We don't fact check scores, okay? We don't fact check scores.
Just say for the over
Yeah,
under, man.
We don't fact check scores on this one. Greenlight, could you repaste that comment? It kind of came in and it went away. So I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, go Buka. I am a
LOL,
big Mecca Buka fan.
He said, "LOL, he got caught." Yeah, I got caught. Okay, so if we're gonna make it right, we could do 40-6 Bills. Let's go. 40-6 Bills under the 47.5. So.
Okay. I respect it. I was just saying to line up the parlays right. You know.
I'm gonna just take Bills money line. It's minus 1,800, but you're not gonna get anything for it. If you bet $10, you're probably getting like $8 or $7 in back. So it just depends. If you really want a safe bet, like if you're trying to do like a first bet where you win and you get the $300 bonus bets with FanDuel, then yeah, do that. But if you're really, I just don't see it. You're gonna lose money more than you bet if you take the Bills money line because it's so favored right now. I would probably just pick another game. I'd pick another game, in my opinion, if you're trying to do a straight money line bet, though.
Yeah, for sure. Just parlay it if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, parlay. Yeah, throw like an under, maybe throw Bills money line, and maybe do a James Cook touchdown. I like that one.
For sure.
Yeah, do that. Do a James Cook touchdown under. I'll take the under and then do the Bills money line. I feel like that's a great pick, a safe one too. And I feel like you could definitely get a little bit of bang for your buck on that one.
Okay. Now don't come back if this is wrong.
I suck at parlays and don't really know how. LMAO. Okay.
That's fair.
It's a lot of it's about luck and just hoping that you can really get it going. Like you just got to know like. There's a lot of scorers out there like Bijan Robinson, one of them, except for last week where he would be almost automatic for a touchdown. You got like James Cook, he scores as well. Jalen Hurts is another one with the touch push, and then you have. I'm not going to say anybody from the Commanders because Deebo Samuel was kind of off last. Like he didn't get his touchdown. He was close, but he didn't get it. Terry McLaurin's in doubt, and then JCM Bill Krosky Merritt. He got going, but at the same time, Falcons are a different team, play a little bit better defensively, in my opinion, but we'll see. Maybe that could be a good pick. We'll see. I'll see how it goes and the odds are going later on in the week, but I just know not to really bet on your team like that unless you want to be either heartbroken or if you either want to be heartbroken that your team lost or you want to be heartbroken that you lost your parlay. It's one of those things.
What happened to me last week?
Yeah, try not to bet on my team unless I know it's a for sure. Or like I picked the Deebo Samuel touchdown. All right, so my last one was a Roma Dunze touchdown, which we hit, a Deebo Samuel touchdown, and I think it was a money line or something like that.
Is Josh Jacobs maybe?
No, it wasn't Josh Jacobs. I didn't take him. Let me see. It was something, but yeah, I got it right here. All right, so it was Emeka Ibuka, and he didn't score. So it was Emeka Ibuka, Debo Samuel, and Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze was the only one that scored. Emeka Ibuka seemed like he would be likely to score, against the Jets and all that, but didn't. Close, but he didn't.
Yeah, Evans stole the touchdown away, but hey, they still won. Stole the W away from the Jets.
Ibuka will have a big game and open Godwin for a touchdown in the red zone. Did you answer that one?
Yeah, I said Ibuka's gonna have a huge game.
There you go. Let's go. I'll take him this week then. Go one. But
Okay.
All right, we got Browns Lions. I didn't say Bears, but I mean it might as well be if the Lions score 52 points again. But Lions 8.5-point favorites at home versus the Browns. Nobody's, in my opinion, should take the Browns. I mean, I know we said this about the Packers last week, but the Lions are at home.
They don't do it again either, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it probably won't be as high scoring of a game as like a Baltimore Lions, where the defense is. I mean, the Lions defense played their hearts out, but the Ravens defense, like I said in the beginning of the game, I said they look like they're about to let up 40.
Yeah,
and damn near it, they did. So, I'm going Lions 21-14 in this one though. I feel like it's a 7-point victory, not an 8.5 points. So I feel like they don't cover.
Okay. And I'm going to go with Lions 20-10 along similar lines. I think they do cover. I think the Lions are playing pretty good ball right now. I'll roll with them and I'll roll with the momentum.
Let's go, man. Brandon?
31-14 Lions.
Yeah, nobody's picking the Browns. It's one of those weeks.
Yeah,
we're either all right or we're all wrong, and I hope we're all right just for the fact that, good records. Like I said, 12-3, 12-3, and 11-4 or 5, right, last week.
12-4, 12-4, 11-5.
Yeah, why am I? Okay, yeah. Yeah, right.
All good.
Right, because I didn't have the Bills game in the parlay, and I didn't have the Falcons-Panthers game in the parlay in my 14. I'm kind of mixing up with the numbers here, so. Kind of glad I didn't bet on that one because I would have bet Falcons anyway. So,
yeah, one step closer to despair.
Oh yeah, they would have sold it for me. Panthers actually want to be good when I want to bet against them. That's crazy work.
That's my problem.
All right, we got stop betting on the team that you like. Then you're either heartbroken that they lose, or you're heartbroken that you lose your parlay, man. It's going to be a thing that we say from now on. That's why you don't see Peyton out here freaking saying Jay Herbo rushing touchdown, Mario Hampton, Trey Harris, or freaking Keenan Allen. I mean, Keenan Allen's a safe bet in certain circumstances, but you don't see Peyton saying that. And I think I only said Debo Samuel once. I mean, I think I said Terry McLaurin against the Pack. Okay, you know what? I'm bad too. All right, just leave me alone. I'm bad too. Right. But this week I'm not picking any Commanders. I feel like if anybody eats, it's going to be Luke McCaffrey. Surprisingly, if Mariota starts again. He did last week, so but at the same time, don't take that as my advice. I feel like I feel like Ben Sinnott and Luke McCaffrey are better when Mariota's in. Jaden Daniels doesn't seem to look their way as much. He's looking more towards the Zach Ertz or the Debo Samuels, or even the Terry when he's throwing it down the sideline. But I just don't see Sinnott, and I don't see Luke McCaffrey really getting many looks. Not saying Jaden's not seeing the field. Just saying maybe Mariota just likes to take his chances more with the young guys.
Yeah.
All right, Jalen Warren, Brock Bowers, and Wandell for Bijan and Devontae.
No, it's Zay Flowers, but I take the Bijan side.
You do? You take Bijan against the Commanders this week?
Well, Bijan and Devontae in the trade, they're talking rest of the season, Alex.
Okay, yeah. Explain that.
No, just trading for the rest of the season. I'd rather have Bijan and Devontae rest of the season than Jalen Warren, Flowers, and Wanda. I think it's pretty fair.
Oh, you like that, right? You, Mr. Kirko. Anyways, I feel like it'd be easier for me to get down on fantasy on a week-to-week basis, like the stardom setums. You know what I'm saying? Stardom setums.
Even Bijan against the Commanders, like, it's Bijan. Like, he's still in fantasy, he's gonna get the volume. I'm never sitting Bijan.
He is Saquon and right now.
I mean, and then Bijan would be what, your flex? I don't mind that at all. It's a crazy lineup.
Dude must have really got advantage of his fantasy league team, so.
For real. And moving on to Brandon's team here. Panthers Pats.
First, man. Go for it.
We got Pats 21-14.
I'm going for one of the upsets of the week. I'm going Panthers 20-17.
He's shooting again.
Hopefully.
Shooting
Wide
from the
receivers
hip.
are Zay Garrett and DK Metcalf.
I think Garrett and DK are okay by themselves, and then you getting Devontae as a backup is fine. So I like that, Ryan. I'll go Patriots 24-20. I think it's a pretty close game. I think the Panthers actually play some solid defense this week again against Drake May and friends. I just don't think they turn the ball over as much. I think Travion Henderson's going to have a huge week finally, and I got the Patriots.
Oh yeah, he better have a huge week. Fantasy owners are going to be kicking the air right now if he doesn't. So,
For real.
especially with how he looked in preseason and Ramondre Stevenson kind of getting like ousted or whatever in favor of Travion.
Yeah.
You already said okay. Let's go to Jaguars 49ers. Not much really to say about the Panthers Patriots other than Bryce Young better ball out. 49ers 3.5 point favorites at home. The basic line of margin. I'm going 20-12 49ers. I feel like Mac Jones and I feel like that Shanahan offense just keeps control and the defense just finds a way to win. And the Jaguars, I'm not going to say they struggle mightily, but I feel like it's going to be one of those games where it's not pretty.
Brandon, what do you think?
Crickets.
I got 24-21 Jags.
Okay, going for the upset.
Okay.
Don't hate it with Trevor Lawrence. No, Trevor Lawrence, correct?
Yeah.
It's
for
so
the
hard.
Jags,
It's so hard to keep up with these quarterback injuries lately. Like I'll read them and I'll go over. And I'm like, okay, this guy's hurt. This guy's hurt. Then when it's time to stream, I'm just like, who the hell is that? What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Forgive
a little
me.
upset action.
It seems like Brandon's the upset king of the week. Let's just hope it goes your way, man.
I like it, dude. Take some shots. No Bacardi. I don't know. I go 49ers 23-17. I just think the defense is too much for Trevor Lawrence and friends. I don't think the Jags have performed well on offense the first couple weeks.
You like to say I'm friends, but they're dogs out there. They ain't friends.
Oh, they're friends, dude. They're friends.
They're sunshiny rainbows.
I'll take the better defense in the Niners, and I'll have them roll by 6 in this one.
Robert Saleh has been really doing well with that unit this year.
Yeah, look to trade Jose. I'm not too big of a fan of your receivers, just because a lot of them are all of them are very boom buster, in my opinion.
Somebody was talking about trying to trade Matthew Golden, and it just doesn't seem like he can get going too well. What do you think about that?
Golden doesn't have a lot of value. It's very hard to trade him.
Or drop him. I think he was trying to drop him and get someone else. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was on the JDB Madden game. Oh.
Yeah.
Brandon, you should remember. I mean, we lost 65-15 because I couldn't stay 2 miles off the chat.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember.
And then Brandon faltered on offense. What it is, what it is. I mean, we have our days. I'm bad on offense too sometimes. I mean, I was bad. I had Shadur Sanders for the while, and I just I benched him for Baker Mayfield, and playing somewhat better. That was the game that we came back at the end and beat you, Brandon. Did a 13-10. That was a good stream, man.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about that game.
Did that guy ever come back to you and try to rematch, by the way?
Nope. I'm probably gonna stream it later on, so maybe later if he joins.
Well, I think I might take tonight off as far as that goes, and spend some time before you guys all get down here on Friday, and have some mono time and hang out with Tia, because today's been kind of one of those days where it's been rough and either been sleeping, waiting for the internet and stuff like that. But let's not get too far off case. Let's get back to the Colts at Rams. 3.5 point favorites for the Rams. I'm going 30-27 Rams. They went it closer. Puka Nacua and his off the field drama does not affect Matthew Stafford in that offense.
Puka's got off the field drama?
Yeah, he's got baby mama drama.
Does?
Oh, I originally heard about that. I don't know if I fully trust everything that's going on with that, but I'll leave that to be decided. Kind of like the Tyreek Hill stuff. I'll lean the Rams in this one. I think the Colts are overperforming. I think the Rams are underperforming. Give me the Rams 24-23.
What do you think of this trade, Garrett Wilson or for Etienne and Johnston?
I'd lean the Wilson side, in all honesty.
You've really been very trusting of Quentin Johnston as of late, huh? I mean, I'm going for the season, right? You said.
Yeah, just for fantasy. Yeah, he's getting a lot of volume right now. It just scares me down the line. Of course, OT.
Yeah, and this is something I'm gonna have to get familiar with in the off season because I might partake, maybe. We'll see. I just want to know more for you guys. Just gonna try to learn more for y'all. All right,
Brandon, who you
Brandon,
got?
what's up?
I got 27-14 Rams.
27-14
Wow.
Rams. All right, everybody's picking Rams over Colts, and we're all disrespecting Danny Dimes. Hold on to DK Metcalf and Marvin Harrison, or put in Trey Benson for one of them.
Seems like you're in like an 8 or 10 man league, Joe. If you have a lot of depth at receiver, I would just go for Benson.
I wouldn't know. What's the difference between 8, 10, 12, 14, 16? What is all this, man? All right. Anyways, I'm not a fantasy guy. You're talking to him right here. If you have FanDuel questions, and I know the lines right off the top of my head, I'll be able to talk to you all about that. Let's go. I'm more of a risk taker, though, just so you know.
Chiefs.
Ravens and Chiefs.
And yes, Alex is a risk taker. Talk about the risk on this game.
Picture face. I'm going. Okay, so Ravens are 2.5 point favorites at Chiefs. I'm going 21-20 Ravens. It's not really much of a risk. Chiefs just haven't really been playing too well. They've been in games, but it's just one of those things to where it's sloppy. You saw first half versus the Giants. You saw versus the Eagles as well, and it's just one of those games where it's just like you're expecting a lot of bailouts, and soon enough these bailouts won't come, and I feel like Ravens take advantage. I mean, I hate to say it on the road in Arrowhead. It's going to be one of those tough environments, but it's like the Lions just did it last night, right?
Yeah. Agreed. Brandon, what do you think?
27. Wait, hold on. 27-21 Ravens.
Okay.
Looking at Adam Schefter for all the picks, man.
All looking into Ravens. I got 27-17. I don't think they lose another one in a row, especially off a heartbreaking loss. I think they have to come in. Yeah, and kind of like how they played the Browns week 2. Very tough defense, did well. I think they come in and stomp the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we got Packers, Cowboys, 6.5. Wait. What?
Bears, Raiders? What?
Okay, let's go Bears, Raiders first, because are Cowboys really 6.5 point favorites at home?
Oh, sorry. I put the favorite on the wrong side. It's Packers 6.5 point favorites.
Man's going with delusion for the Cowboys.
Sorry, I just flipped the 6 in a hook. Yeah, but
good,
all the rest are correct.
I appreciate you. Everybody makes a mistake every once in a while. We human. Let's go Bears at Raiders. 1.5 point favorites at home for the Raiders. I'm going 27-24 Bears. I feel like they keep it going, and the Raiders have answers, but not enough answers.
Okay.
I feel like they definitely come down and take time-consuming drives. I feel like Ben Johnson gets that play-action game going even more against the Raiders secondary. I don't really trust the Raiders defense, especially after the last 2 weeks. So,
yeah, I agree. I think I don't trust either defense. I'm gonna flip-flop teams. I'm gonna go Raiders 27-24. I think this is the week that Genty gets somewhat going. I thought it would be last week. I'm gonna keep preaching it until it happens, I guess.
Hayden's gonna watch his lines on Friday and change his pick. Watch.
No, I'm not gonna touch my picks this week. I'm done with that. I'm going Raiders 27-24, close one. Brandon, what do you have?
I'm going 21-14 dub Bears.
All right, so Bears, and Raiders. So we'll be back next Tuesday to understand that one and see who really won there. But I don't trust the Raiders as far as you can throw them. Yeah, you don't really trust the Bears defense. I understand your take on that one and Genty getting going. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it against the Bears front. I don't see it in Chip Kelly's offense. I just feel like it's bad. If you can't get going against the Commanders, it's bad. It's bad.
Agreed. I agree.
And the Commanders are my team. We have no edge rushers like that. So, I mean, we have Von Miller coming in sometimes. Trade Neighbors and Godwin for Jordan Mason and Ladd.
Man, I feel like you can get a little more from the wide receiver position, but I don't mind that.
Party might start Sunday if Jones can't play.
I did see that. I did see that because he's working his way back, and Mac Jones has a little bit of a MCL issue.
Well, I didn't pick the Jags, so I picked the 49ers. We're good. We're rolling. Sorry, Brandon. Don't change your pick though.
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
I'm not.
No, you can change your pick. Just let us know before, like not like right before like Sunday afternoon. Like, nah, tell us if y'all want to change our picks. Just say something like maybe like Thursday, Friday at the latest.
Nope, pretty or not, still Jags.
Unless something big happens, like let's say Dak Prescott gets injured. I don't know. He gets injured on the way to a vending machine.
I like the Warren and Waddle side, even with Evans out a couple weeks, Terrence, but not horrid. Talking about the game, I misplaced the line on Packers Cowboys. I'll lead it off with this one. I think Packers get back going. I think they throttle the Cowboys. This is a revenge game for Micah, and 34-17 Packers.
I'm going 34-13, 34-14 Packers. I don't think the Cowboys are good enough to score the extra field goal. I mean, even though they got automatic Aubrey. Heard Kirk Cousins might start for Sunday for Atlanta. I think that was put to rest already. I think they said Penix was starting completely. They confirmed it. Raheem Morris did. It would just be it would make a whole lot of controversy, like Peyton was saying earlier in the stream. It would make a whole lot of controversy in the team that doesn't need anymore. So honestly,
also Fields over Dart Brady.
Fields over Jackson. Wait, Jackson Dart is people are picking him up.
Apparently, I'm not a big Jackson Dart fan in fantasy or real life.
Yeah, you never.
So I don't get it.
I was about to say you weren't even coming out of college. You thought it was kind of overhyped when his combine was shooting his stock up. So
yeah,
God, so long ago. It feels like so long ago. All right,
for real. Brandon,
27-21 Packers.
All right, so we're all picking Packers. This is gonna be boring predictions next week. We're either all gonna be freaking 16-0 or 17-0, or we're gonna be not 16-0. We're either all going to be 16-0 or we're all going to be 0-16. That's what it feels like.
I think we got different enough picks. I mean, Brandon picked the Cardinals, Steelers.
Right? Jags,
you picked the Panthers and the Bucks, Alex. He picked the Jags. Like, yeah, you guys picked the Bears. I picked a different team than I think Brandon's going to pick right now, and different than you pick. So AJ Brown for JSN, slam that pick, Mike. If you get JSN, you're crazy.
Yeah, about to say AJ Brown, just don't really trust him going forward.
Wrong for picking the Eagles.
Definitely wrong for picking the Eagles. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't though.
Burrito.
I didn't. All right, Burrito. Please don't unfollow because I picked him. But it is what it is. We have 2 more games left, and then we'll be done our slate, and then we'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next week of breaking news. Gonna get a little bit repetitive, but appreciate y'all being here. All right, we got Jets at Dolphins, 2.5-point favorites. The Dolphins at home. Rams over Colts, and K-City over Baltimore. I said Baltimore over Kansas City personally. I said Rams over Colts. Yeah, I think we all agreed Rams over Colts. Nobody's expecting Danny Dimes enough to give him the win. So
no,
you can stay. They gotta go.
KC winning.
KC winning, huh? I don't trust the Chiefs, and honestly, yeah, they look sloppy in the first half of games the last 2 weeks, and honestly, I just don't see them really putting up a front winning.
Yeah, maybe if Worthy's back, and he's kind of tracking to be back, but I don't know.
All right, so we have difference in picks. KC going to get it together, and they usually do. The last 2 years, it's been kind of like they got hot at the right time. I'm not going to discount it, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes type, but I believe their Super Bowl window is closing, if not has closed. The Super Bowl hanger was going to be real this year, and it has been effective so far.
It's fair with all the fumbles, Breda. I think they have to trust the star at that point and lean into him a little bit more. But yeah, every team has a chance. You guys are definitely right. With all the fumbles.
Yeah, they're probably going to preach and practice this off season. What are we talking about? The end of the year? Wish. Anyways, they're going to preach it in practice this year for sure. This week for sure. And then I feel like in game day it's going to translate effectively. Like Derrick Henry's just hitting a bump in the road, and I feel like that read option is going to be nasty again. I feel like Ravens are definitely taking that. So I don't see Casey having a chance. Even though you got Patrick Mahomes on the other side, Chris Collinsworth's Glaze buddy, but still I don't see it. All right, I have Bills versus 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Very, very bold pick with the Niners,
Interesting.
but
Yeah,
I
I picked,
respect it.
I think I picked either Bills at the beginning of the year. I picked Bills Eagles or Bills Commanders, but one of those things. I don't think Eagles get back there again this year. It might be Rams or Packers versus Bills this year. Bucks Bills Super Bowl, says Burrito. Kelsey will
I
have
don't
a big
mind it.
game. I don't like Kelsey. I don't really like Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's old, slow. A lot of antics with Taylor Swift kind of distracting him. If y'all saw our short where he dropped the ball with the interception and Taylor Swift's song goes on in the background, go take a look, man, on our page. That's Taylor Swift as the thumbnail, so if y'all want to look for it.
The ball and him are never getting back together.
Yeah, he crashed out. Can only crash out when you're not doing well, and that's partially on him too. It's partially on him. Can't blame the ball not coming your way if you're not getting separation and consistent enough to where Patrick trusted enough. Versus the Eagles, it kind of showed where he trusted Kelsey and it just didn't go that way. So.
Agree, freedom fighters. I think if they don't win this year, you look at Sean McDermott and go, hey, why isn't your defense allowing us to win? Because it's not on Josh Allen at this point.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on in the playoffs? Where it's kind of like a Cowboys scenario where, they get to the play. I mean, the Bills are way better than the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. So don't take that at face value. What I'm gonna say is, the Bills they'll get to where they got to go, and then they hit their kryptonite with the Chiefs. Cowboys just get in the playoffs and then falter round one. So that's the only differences. But it looks like they have good, really stacking regular seasons just to really exit in the playoffs. They're not really show. Yeah, same as Lamar in the yeah. It's really one of those AFCs that are kind of like neck and neck. It's just hopefully somebody can take out the Chiefs, and I feel like they will. I feel like it's going to be an off year. I feel like Bills do it, and Ravens just fall short. Ravens Bills AFC Championship. So
yeah. Jets Dolphins.
Jets Dolphins.
Let's get the final 2 games in and wrap it up here.
Yeah, Dolphins 2.5-point favorites at home versus the Jets. Divisional game, always one of those close eyes to watch. And let's see what happens. Peyton, you first, man. Let's go.
I got the upset. Give me 20-17 Jets. I feel like Justin Fields is going to come back, play pretty solid. This is honestly one of the games the Dolphins can easily win. However, I'll just pick the upset. I haven't picked an upset this week. Got to pick one somewhere, and feel like the Jets have more going on defense than the Dolphins do. So,
appreciate you guys trying to join as a guest on TikTok. We don't do that currently. As time goes on and we get more segments in, we can have people fill in. It's going to be a different way to do it, though. We won't be doing it on TikTok. We'll be doing it on a different platform, so it will portray on TikTok, though. So, appreciate that. Haven't seen that before, but keep it up and stay watching. We can see if we can add a segment to add fans in to talk and ramble, see what goes. But I got Dolphins 24-14 winning over the Jets. Just feel like that game last week really deflates the Jets, and I feel like they just don't have the discipline to really come back and try to do it again. The Dolphins and Jets. It's one of those games that are really weird to call, but it depends on how Tua obviously plays. Obviously, Mike McDaniel says you got to win the game, you can't lose the game, or you can't lose the game if you want to win the game, something like that. That man's a freaking nut. But anyways, we talked about Mike McDaniel enough. Tyreek is checked out.
Fair to all your points, Beretta. Even the Ravens, I wouldn't want to hear whining fans either. And then the Texans being 0-3, yeah, it's a shocker. I did not think the Texans offense was going to be that bad for you to fight.
Told you Cam Ward for the division winner, but at the same time, nah, the Colts seem to wrapping that up in at least the first quarter of the season. So, and nobody expected that. Nobody expected it. So, honestly, I still think. I said Cam Ward division winner, Chicago Bears division winner, and I said Lions 7-10. I'm gonna look real stupid at the end of the year with this one, and we're gonna see it. But I still kind of stick to those picks. Like I said, Lions just drop the next 10, and we're good. We're golden. Ibuka for good.
No, I agree.
Offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Dart's coming out and taking it from him. So
no quarterback, in all honesty.
All right, Brandon. Dolphins. Jets.
We got 27-14 Jets.
7-14. Let's go.
Big Jets.
All right, and then we have the
Uh,
last one. We have the Monday night game. Bengals at Broncos. Broncos heavy favorites, 7.5 point favorites as of right now. I got 24-7 Broncos. Just don't think the Bengals and Jake Browning get anything going. I feel like the defense falters, and I feel like Bo Nix has a day.
yeah.
But it's not going to be like any like 40-7 type of play. And if it is, I'm not going to be shocked. We're not here for score predictions. We are here for game predictions. Who wins? The scores are just a little cherry on top.
Bengals on the road, Beretta. I strongly disagree. I go with 27-6 Broncos. I think they just kick them down and beat them up. And again, you look at the loss last week against the Vikings. I don't think it gets any prettier.
Yeah,
I'm sure Brandon thinks the same.
You're gonna show the Bengals why they should have really focused more on defense this offseason than paying Jamar and T. So. Or even really working in such a deal like that and then still addressing defense because they didn't do good enough. Bills, Texans, Baltimore Chargers division winners. Like it. Don't like the Texans, in my opinion. Peyton picked the Texans or either Jags, I believe.
I picked the Jags.
Baltimore I like, Chargers I like. I predicted those as well. I predicted in the beginning of the season Cam Ward and the Titans will take the league by storm, but it seems like Brian Callahan's coaching is getting in the way of that. So if I do have to pick a runner-up, I'm gonna pick Jags.
I'd pick the Colts at this point, but I don't mind my Jags pick.
Yeah, I say Jags only for the fact that Danny Dimes. It's one of those things that they're gonna figure out eventually, as far as defenses go against that Steichen system. So, just don't feel like Daniel Jones got a weird face. If you ask me, this is an off-topic kind of script. His eyes are too close together, in my opinion. It's like having to wear one goggle when he goes swimming.
Okay.
But either way, Daniel Jones. Nobody would have saw it. All you have to do is just leave the Giants to be good. I mean, I think we talked with our buddy about that off stream, and but then we also talked about Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, and guys that are injured all the time. So Danny Dimes is like Fitzpatrick, Rocky. I was like, Patrick.
Just kind of comes in and does his thing and gets out. I kind of like it.
Yeah, game manager-esque.
How do you feel about this one? Bengals Broncos.
Oh yeah, Bills beat the Saints by 17 for sure.
I got 27-10 Broncos.
Yeah, because I think if I go back to that Bills game, I have them going 40-6. 40-6, bro. And,
I'd say 17. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 38-20. Yeah, everybody's picking by about 20 or 20 or more. Almost. I think it's 18 and more. Yeah, 18 and more. There you go.
Yeah, minus 16.5 is the current line.
Oh, that's why you're trying to take it.
Yeah.
Then again, that's kind of I don't like those big odds like that though. It just feels too risky, and I'm a risk taker.
I like it.
All right, there you go. Awesome. I got Bill, Broncos, and Seahawks. All right.
Nice. Philly, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Lions. I got Philly. Well, before the season, I had Falcons. That's not happening. It's Tampa. Tampa's clearly the better team. It's Philly, Tampa. I think the Rams get in over San Francisco, and I think the Packers are still better than the Lions.
Let me open it up and say what I think about that one, just for the fact that I have a different one. I have Philly, even though I'm a Washington fan, it's going to be close. I have Philly winning. I have the Panthers surprisingly winning the division. This was before the season. So, and then I had it was either I think I had the Rams winning, and I had not the Lions. It was the Pack. I think it was the Packers winning. Either the Bears. The Bears 12-5.
The Bears.
Yeah. So Bears, Rams, Panthers, Philly. Those are my picks. I'll still stick with it, to be honest. It's only a quarter of the season. We still have a lot of football left.
Chargers still in Beretta. I don't know. I should have seen it through, and I didn't recognize how good Baker actually was until this year and taking more look at what he's done. So I apologize for sleeping on them, but they're a really good team.
Chargers or Packers defense this
I said Chargers.
Chargers, yeah. Take it.
But I think that does it for our game recap, game everything.
But I sleep on the Bucks because they don't get to go to the divisional round with the Commanders, so that's what it is. That's what it is. hell of a game in that regard. Just feel like Baker can really manage a game really well, and he's a good quarterback. It just he can give it up at times too when the going is not so good. I picked them before the preseason started, and Levante David is leading defense well. Levante David is that man is a dog. Levante David is an all around the place linebacker, and you love to see that he's still fighting at his older age. So,
Yep.
but all right, I think that's about what we got covered. Anybody else in the comments got anything to say? Brandon, you got anything you want to touch up on? If not, then we'll be back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over the next week and the breaking news. You guys have a good one for now. Follow and then go check our shorts. We'll be posting some throughout the week. You guys have a good one.
Appreciate y'all.